In 2025, a team of scientists fired precise laser pulses into the eyes of 5 people. Not to fix their vision, to break it, on purpose. For a few seconds, each of them saw a color that does not exist. Not a new shade of an old color, a genuinely new color, one the human eye was never built to see. They named it OLO. The screen you're looking at right now physically cannot show it to you. Neither can the sky, the ocean, or any object in the known universe. And it is completely real. To understand how this is possible, you need to know that color isn't real, at least not the way you think. The back of your eye is lined with 3 types of cone cells, tuned roughly to red, green, and blue light. Every color you have ever seen is just your brain doing math on how strongly those 3 are firing. Here's the catch. The green-sensitive cones, called M cones, sit smack in the middle. Their sensitivity overlaps almost completely with their red and blue neighbors. So in normal life, no beam of light can ever strike your green cones without also lighting up the others. A pure green cone signal, with nothing else, is a message your brain has literally never received, until someone decided to send it. The technique is called Oz, named after the wizard behind the curtain. Researchers at Berkeley and the University of Washington first mapped a tiny patch of a volunteer's retina, cell by cell, identifying every individual cone and what type it was. Then they aimed a laser that could fire microscopic pulses of light, tens of thousands per second, at single cones, while tracking the eye's constant tiny movements in real time. The goal was surgical. Hit only the M cones. Skip the red ones. Skip the blue ones. Deliver a signal to the retina that nature spent millions of years making impossible. It is, essentially, hacking the eye's source code. When the laser hit only the green cones, the brain received an impossible message and did its best to interpret it. The result was OLO, a color the participants described as blue-green, but with a saturation so intense it made the most vivid teal you have ever seen look washed out and gray by comparison. To prove they weren't imagining it, the scientists ran controls. They let participants adjust a normal color on a dial and try to match OLO. They couldn't. The only way to get close was to add white light to OLO, desaturating it, dragging it back into the range of colors that actually exist. That's the tell. OLO sits outside the entire space of colors a normal eye can produce. It is not a stronger version of something you know. It is off the map. Sit with what that means. Every color in human history, every sunset, every painting, every screen, fits inside a fixed triangle of possibilities, set by those 3 overlapping cones. For your entire life, you have been seeing colors from inside a box, never knowing there was an outside. OLO is the first time anyone has stepped through the wall of that box, and only 5 people on Earth have done it. They can't show you. They can't photograph it. They can't even fully describe it because our entire language for color was built from inside the box. The closest they got was pointing at a patch of teal and saying, "Imagine that, but more." A more with no reference anywhere in your experience. So here is where it leaves us. There is now a color that exists, that humans have seen, that you will almost certainly never see, locked behind a laser, a retina map, and a machine that fires light at single cells. The researchers think the technique could one day help people who are colorblind or probe how vision truly works. But the wilder takeaway is simpler. The limits of what you can perceive were never the limits of what's out there. They were just the limits of the hardware behind your eyes. And the hardware, it turns out, can be hacked. Follow Actually Real for more facts that sound made up.